Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Hillary and I love crystals. If you watched my first video, you'd already know that by now. But you may be wondering why I'm showing an oracle deck. I'll explain that in a minute, but first let me explain. Judy Hall, who has passed away, I think it was about a year ago, made this oracle deck. She was like the expert on crystals, anything crystals. And she designed this deck. I recently watched a YouTube, I think she was in a bookstore or something, but she was talking about the photographer that did these. And she said she wanted the photographer to catch the energy coming from the crystals, and they're beautiful cards. Now, let me talk about this deck real quick. The guidebook is awesome. You can see it's got all the crystals in there that are in the deck. Not all crystals, but the ones that are in the deck. And it's got, let me see if you can see, lots of information about it. Now, right now, my deck is currently not living in its box, and you can see that it's gotten a bow. The reason it's not living in its box is we're moving and I need to make space, and I want this deck with me where we're staying, and there's just not enough room. So if you get this deck, try to keep it in its box because it'll help with that bow. But I love this deck. I've had it for a while. It's the very first oracle deck. Well, it's very first really divination deck that I've ever used, that I connected with it first, not that I have ever used. It got me where I was comfortable using oracle decks, tarot decks. I just recently, this was the only oracle deck I had for a long time until like a few weeks ago. I keep bumping the camera, sorry. So the reason I'm showing you this is we're going to use it sometimes, and I kind of quit bumping that. I'm sorry. Because of Judy designed this deck so that you could use it in place of crystals. So that's what I'm going to show you is, I want to show you all the cards, and I'll make two piles. One pile, ones I have, ones I don't. But if I don't have a crystal and it's in this deck, and we're talking about something, I can't think of, maybe anxiety, and one crystal that's used for anxiety a lot and is good for anxiety, I may not have it. So I'll use this deck and show you the crystal in this deck, and then that way you can see it. And if you have this deck, you can use these cards in place of the crystals. So put this off to the side. So let me move it here in the middle. Black tourmaline, I showed you I had that last week. Flint, I do not have any flint. These pictures I love these pictures. Mookite, I have mookite. I love mookite. I need to work with that one more. I'll have to do a monthly on that. Chrysocolla, have a little bit of that. Malachite, oh, malachite is amazing. Bumblebee jasper, I just got that and worked with it not too long ago. We'll talk about that one later. Carnelian. My light might be kind of making it hard. I just recently got garnet, and my garnet, you can't see the little red. All mine is dark. Tiger's eye, I talked about that in the last video. Blue lace agate, I have that. Okay, maybe I have more crystals in this than I thought I did. Bloodstone. Quantum Quattro. I don't know about much. Dang, that one's really, there it goes. I don't know much about that one. Lapis lazuli. I love this one. It is so beautiful. We'll talk about that one later too. Peridot. This one, I just recently got a little tiny piece. rose quartz. One of mine looks exactly like that heart. Aquamarine. I don't have aquamarine. Amethyst. Of course I have amethyst. Now, in that talk that she was doing in that bookstore, I found out that there's several pieces of amethyst in here. That I guess this is like the second edition. And when she was talking about it, she was talking about how this deck had more amethyst in it. And I was lucky to find out that I do have that more amethyst deck. Citrine. Got that. Apatite. Apatite's a good motivational stone. Labradorite. Oh, this is beautiful. I got that. Selenite. Rainbow Mayanite. This is the only place I've ever even heard of that one. Trigonotic quartz. I don't have that. Orlite, from that talk I watched that Judy did. It's got amethyst in it. See all those layers? Part of that is amethyst. I don't have that, but I want it. And I'm trying to look at this through the screen. Anandalite. Don't have that one. Azestolite. I probably said that wrong. Golden Healer. That one's beautiful. Smoky Quartz Celestial. I don't have the Celestial. I think it's got that. See all that, like orange part? I think that's what it is. I have Smoky Quartz, but I don't have that one. Nirvana Quartz. I love that one. I don't have that either. Ajoite. Polychrome Jasper. I want Polychrome Jasper. It's really pretty too. Oh, I've wanted one of these for a while. Shiva Lingam. I'm sure I said that wrong, but I want one of these. I've seen them. I've seen huge ones at a rock shop near where we live. Preseli Bluestone. That one's pretty. Moldavite. Now, Moldavite I will probably never own. So if I ever want to work with it, I'd have to use this card. It's expensive, and it's become very popular here in the last couple of years. So some people really like it. It makes me kind of nervous to try it because I've heard that it's really, really strong, and it kind of messes with you if you don't like it. And some people it works great with, so but that's kind of how crystals work. It works some it doesn't. Soulmate. That one's pretty. Pink granite. Now where I live, we use this for landscaping. I could go get this out of my yard right now. Lavender aragonite. This one, this Brandenburg amethyst. I guess this is one of them that wasn't in her first edition of this deck. And I've seen it other places, and I want Brandenburg amethyst really bad. Turquoise. I have a ring with turquoise in it, but I don't have an actual stone. Minnelite. Halite. That's pretty. Kambaba jasper. Rhodosite. Don't have that. This one I always have a hard time with. I always want to call it purpurite, but purpurite. Rhodochrosite. I've got some of that. Herkmeyer diamond. Those are beautiful. Ancestralite. That one keeps coming up in a lot of things I keep watching. Eye of the Storm. There we go. I don't have that. Graphic Smoky Quartz. That one's really pretty. I think it's the smoky quartz is actually the little pieces in there. I think. I'm not positive. And Charite. I've got a little tiny piece of this one. So you can see I'm pretty good. I do have a few more that I don't have. But so if I'm doing a video and I don't have a stone that that would work great for something, I'll use one of these cards. Now, one thing about these is you can use, I'll show you this. I don't have one of those cool ones that like you can put your tarot card in. I got these little signs that I just got at I think I got it at the office supply store. See, it sits there like that. See it? And you can work with that just like you would work with a stone. You can, instead of displaying the stone, you would just put it like that. Or you can carry the card on you. You can place the card on you. You can just have the card nearby. It doesn't have to be on one of these stands. It could just be laying around. So that is this beautiful Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall. It is, like I said, it is it's probably my favorite deck out of all the divination decks I have. Not that I have a lot, but it's just, I think because of my connection with crystals, I was able to connect with this deck really easy, and it just became easy to figure out how to use them. I felt the meaning, I just connected with this deck really easy. And so I'm sure it has to do that it was crystals. And then once I was comfortable, I was able to move on to tarot decks, and I'm not great at divination decks, but I do pretty good reading for myself and even reading for my husband. So I probably won't ever read for anybody else besides us. But so that's why I'm showing you this is in case I don't have the stone. You'll probably see one of these cards in a video. So I just wanted to show you the whole deck and just share how wonderful it is. There's a lot of information, and I didn't show you in the beginning of the book too. And she's even got spreads in here and stuff like that. So it's a good deck to start off with. If you're interested in divination decks and you have a strong connection with crystals, I highly recommend it. So that's the video for this week. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like my videos. And the next video will be about one of the ways I use crystals. And the first one in that will be some jewelry, different ways I use my jewelry. So we will see you next week. Thanks a lot for watching.